focused and fearless. Here's everything you need to know at this rush hour of May 2, Thursday. I'm Riza Diaz. Let's jumpstart today's rush with some Labor Day recap. A year after the issuance of Malacanang's executive order on the contractualization, labor groups claim that the order does not have enough teeth to actually end endo, making it essentially, useless. Romel Lopez has the report.
Militant groups gathered at the historic Mindiola Bridge in Manila to air their grievances as they commemorated Labor Day. The highlight of the program was the burning of the president's effigy. For the protesters, the effigy symbolized the current state of the country's labor rights under the Duterte administration.
Yung kanilang sinasabi na guminhawa ang mga mamamayang Pilipino ay walang katotohanan sapagkat ang kanilang mga estadistika ay hinokus-pokus upang maipakita lamang na tumataas nga ang kaginhawaan ng mga manggagawat namin. Pero sa mga nasa maralitang komunidad ay damang-dama ang kahirapan at kakapusan sa kanilang kabuhayan.
The labor protest focused on calls for higher wages and an end to contractualization, which they say is still unfulfilled promise by the president.
Matatapos nga ang termino ni Ginoong Duterte ng walang substansyal na pagbabago sa kalagayan ng endo at sa kontraktual na paggawa. Kaya nasa pagkakaisa ng mga manggagawa sa iba't ibang organisasyon ang ikapagtatagumpay ng aming paglaban sa sahod, sa pagkakamit ng trabaho.
The Trade Union Congress of the Philippines, for its part, continues to push a 710 pesos increase in the minimum wage for Metro Manila workers. Based on the research it conducted, a family of 5 needs 1,200 pesos daily to live decently.
Yung value ng 537 to buy goods and pay for services ay nasa 354 pesos na lamang. So ang resulta, yung mga ordinaryo mga manggagawa, yung mga mahihirap na mga manggagawa, ang pagkain nila ay sardinas, noodles, tuyo o yung galunggong at yung mababang kalidad na bigas, no? So yung hindi naman natin kinikriticize o dinidiscount yung mga ganyan, pero tinitingnan natin yung quality, nutritional value.
An employer group says the wage board should decide on the matter. For News 5, Romel Lopez. We are One News.
Here are some of the day's biggest stories. The Trade Union Congress says the influx of Chinese workers in the Philippines is growing at an alarming rate. The group called on the Labor Department to clarify its regulations about the matter and to prioritize Filipino workers at all costs.
Ini-invoke namin sa Department of Labor Employment, sa Bureau of Immigration, sa DTI, sa PRC, na dapat we stick to the mandate. What are the regulations, no? Ang regulation is kapag ka may mga jobs and work na available na kaya naman ng Filipino, available ng Filipino, ibigay dapat sa mga Filipino. Pero kapag ka may mga trabaho at may mga skills requirement na wala sa atin, maaring ibigay sa mga foreign workers.
But development expert George C. says the presence of Chinese workers in the country isn't all bad. C explains that the rental business significantly improved over the last 2 years due to the influx of Chinese workers and with them, Chinese investors. The Foreign Affairs Department calls for a mandatory repatriation of Filipinos in Tripoli. That's after the DFA issued an alert level 4 status in Libyan capital and some 100 kilometers around the area due to the ongoing conflict there. So far, only 40 out of 1,000 Filipinos have been safely evacuated from the city. And President Duterte urges Congress to pass laws that will further benefit workers in the country. In his Labor Day message, Duterte said he's optimistic that Executive Order 51, which he issued a year ago, will address illegal contractualization. However, he also acknowledges the need for more measures that will fully protect workers' rights. But Labor Day did kick off yesterday with thousands of new jobs offered. Also, good news for soon-to-be moms out there with the signing of the implementing rules and regulations for the Expanded Maternity Act. Greg Gregorio will tell us more.
Jocelyn Pineda started queuing at the Labor Department's job fair in San Fernando, Pampanga, 6:30 a.m. At 56 years old, she is still hopeful of having a new job.
Sana matanggap ako.
Pero dati po, ano po yung mga
Sa Taiwan ako textile machine operator.
The Labor Department has reiterated that employers should not hire based on age in light of the anti-age discrimination law.
Sinabihan po natin ang ating mga participating employers kahit na po sa pagpapaskill po ng kanilang mga job vacancies, hindi na po dapat mahalaga yung age requirement.
Employers clarified that they focus on an applicant's qualification.
We focus especially on experience first, educational background, and we focus also on the behavior of a candidate.
According to Dole, 204,000 local and overseas job opportunities were made available in 31 job fairs held in different parts of the country today. PNP officers and non-uniform personnel had the most number of local vacancies. Overseas, most in demand were nurses, factory workers, and cleaners. Meanwhile, the implementing rules and regulations of the Expanded Maternity Leave Law has been signed today. Under Republic Act No. 11210, the maternity leave has been increased to 105 days from the previous 60, while a solo parent gets 120 days. It also provides the possible addition of 30 days but without pay. A 7-day leave can also be transferred from the mother to the father.
Regardless kung ano yung sexual orientation mo, gender identity. Pero meron tayong dating paternity leave, kung ikaw ay kasal sa babae, yun meron kang 7 days, so magiging 14.
Those who will violate the law can be fined up to 200,000 pesos and face imprisonment of 6 to 12 years. Dole said firms should not discriminate against hiring women to avoid compliance with the law.
Dapat i-appreciate yan ng mga employer. Alam mo kung bakit? This expanded maternity leave is intended to improve and ensure the health of our lady workers.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Labor leaders gunning for a Senate were present in Wednesday's Labor Day protest, while survey front-runners were about their usual campaign schedules. Greg Gregorio returns with the details.
Senatorial candidates from the Labor Win Coalition were present on Wednesday's Labor Day protest in Mendiola. Among them was Labor leader Leody de Guzman, who claims that lawmakers have turned a blind eye on workers' wage concerns, but have been active in pushing for measures in favor of big businesses.
Ang ginawa nilang batas tungkol sa sahod, itali ang mga manggagawa sa isang taong walang increase. Pero pinayagan ng mga kapitalista na araw-araw, linggo-linggo, buwan-buwan ay itaas ang presyo ng mga bilihin. Yan ay unfair.
With this, the Labor Win Coalition bets promised to do what they can to push better measures for workers. Attorney Sonny Matula says he would push for labor insurance expansion for those who have just lost their jobs. Attorney Alan Montaño, on the other hand, said added benefits for OFWs will be on his agenda if elected in Senate. Ernesto Arellano and former Bayan Muna Representative Nery Colmenares also waged support for laborers. Senatorial bets who have been topping surveys held their respective campaigns outside Labor Day activities. Frontrunners Cynthia Villar and Grace Poe, who are statistically tied in Pulse Asia's latest senatorial survey, also shared the stage at a meeting de Avance in Laguna on Wednesday. Former Special Assistant to the President Bongo also thanked his supporters after landing on 5th place in the survey.
Bagamat naglalaro ang aking ranking between 3 to 5, sobrang saya ko po sa mainit na pagtanggap ng mga kababayan natin.
Senator Nancy Binay's ranking slightly dipped in the Pulse Asia survey, but she's still hopeful that a tiff between her siblings will not affect her chances for re-election. Binay believes the family feud won't go beyond the postseason.
Meron din kami problema ng sister ko eh. We have a strained relationship brought about dun sa problema namin dun sa asawa niya. But on our end, never kami nagsara ng pinto para magkaayos-ayos kami.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
That hot new feature suits the hot weather that we're having, but parts of the country may again experience some showers and thunderstorms. That's still because of the easterly winds affecting the entire country. But Caraga, Davao, and Socsargen have the highest chance of experiencing occasional heavy rain. Now, the rest of the country are only expected to have cloudy skies with isolated rain showers. Now, in Metro Manila, brace yourselves for another sizzling afternoon. Heat index in Quezon City is expected to breach the 40 degrees Celsius mark, while port area in Manila is forecasted to reach 38.3 degrees Celsius. Now, other areas with the highest forecasted heat indices today are also in Luzon. Maynilad has apologized to nearly 290,000 of its customers who are still affected by the rotational water interruptions. But the company warns that the number of affected customers may still increase. Shaila Francisco has the story.
Ilang araw na yung delayed na tubig nun, ni isang rason, wala humihinto sa amin dito, Brad. Ngayon nakikita niyo yung bata nakapila, oh.
This was what greeted Maynilad's water tanker when it passed by Barangay Pilar Village in Las Piñas. Residents who had no water since Saturday demanded a truck for supply. Problem is another group of residents allegedly called Maynilad for the water tanker.
O nasundan niyo, sir?
Hindi, dumaan dyan, kaya nga nasinunta namin.
Hirap yan.
Bakit kayo lang ba nangangailangan ng tubig? Lahat naman tayo nangangailangan ng tubig eh.
In the end, Maynilad provided water to everyone in the queue.
Kung anong oras yung sinabi nila na may rason, sana to pa rin. Kasi nag-aabang yung mga tao, katulad, di ba, may work. Yung iba, adjustment.
Others like Mel went straight to Maynilad's business area to get water for his family and neighbors in Barangay Talon 1.
May pumapasok, kaya lang hindi kami nakakakuha kasi hanggang dulo lang. Yung bukana, hindi nalibigyan. Kasi marami rin tao dun. Kaya kulang na kulang talaga.
Maynilad in turn apologized for the inconsistent schedule of water interruptions.
Humihingi kami ng paumanhin sa customers dahil alam po natin na medyo ganito pong impact pagkasabay-sabay pong humuhugot ng supply ang ating customers. We will provide the tankers upon request din. Prioridad talaga ng Maynilad yung mga hospital, yung mga paaralan.
Around 290,000 households are now affected by the water interruptions until May 14, which are due to the algal bloom in Laguna Lake, where Maynilad sources supply.
Ang isang possibility kung hindi madadagdagan ng affected areas, hahaba pa yung supply window na yun na natin mangyari yun. Meron na tayong ginagawang intervention, so kahit pa paano napipigilan natin yung entry ng RJ sa ating planta.
Maynilad, however, assures customers that interruption won't likely extend after May 14. The firm has now decided to take back the 6 water tankers it lent to Manila Water to help provide more supply to customers. It has so far deployed 40 water tankers. For more details, Maynilad urges customers to call its hotline and visit its website and social media pages. Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Now let's take a look at the front page of some dailies. From the Freeman, labor groups in the Visayas will be filing a petition for a 351 peso and 50 centavo across-the-board wage hike today. Now the groups are hopeful that the Regional Tripartite Wages Board will not dismiss their petition again despite the one-year bar rule. Now last January, the Regional Wage Board has denied the group's petition for a 150 peso across-the-board wage hike, saying there is no supervening condition that warrants the increase. Pangmas, on the other hand, reports that a Caloocan City Police office is set to face murder charges after allegedly shooting a 6-year-old boy last week. Police Corporal Rocky de los Reyes will also be charged with attempted murder, illegal possession of firearms, and violation of the Omnibus Election Code. His record shows that he already had the brush with authorities when he was charged with an indiscriminate firing at a birthday party last year. And from the Philippine Star, new dating features will soon be available for Facebook users in the Philippines and in 13 other countries. That includes a dating feature which enables users to create a dating profile separate from their current profile. With this, users can discover potential matches within their own Facebook communities. Facebook dating was first made available in Colombia, Thailand, Canada, Argentina, and Mexico. Magnolia drew first blood last night, beating the defending champs San Miguel Beermen 99-94. Ian Sanggalang held his own versus the reigning MVP Junmar Fajardo at the post, finishing with 17 points. Now, 5 other hotshots finished in double-figure scoring. The guards poured big with Lee scoring 18, Baroka had 17, Melton added 11, Halalon contributed 17, while veteran Rafi Rivas had 12. Game 2 of the best-of-7 final series of the PBA Philippine Cup continues tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Big Dome. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.